So seeing Snoop, that's not surprising at all. And the other thing about it is this: Snoop, Snoop wasn't feeling Trump the first go round. Snoop was one of these people out here criticizing Trump real heavy, and he was criticizing people for performing at Trump's first inauguration or whatever, any events that Trump was having before. Snoop was very critical of people. And so for that, I feel like Snoop does have some splaining to do. Snoop does need to explain himself about why he changed his stance. Because, these videos are out there of him going hard on people, you know what I'm saying, for associating themselves with Trump. These videos are out there. So he kind of owes it to himself, to his fans, and just, you know what I'm saying, to put it out there of what made him shift his stance when it comes to Donald Trump. And to me, it's a very reasonable, logical explanation when you really look at it. Remember, Donald Trump pardoned Harry O. Donald Trump gave clemency to Harry O, who is now partners with Snoop and Death Row. Harry O is the original founder of Death Row Records. When it was Godfather Entertainment or something like that, before it was Death Row, what was it called? I forgot. The predecessor to Death Row Records, I think it was Godfather Entertainment or something like that. Harry O was the original founder before Suge Knight kind of finessed his way into that whole thing. Harry O was the original founder of that whole thing. Harry O got locked up on some drug charges. He's been locked up for a long time. I forgot how long he was gone. He was away or whatever. But he still had like almost a decade left on his sentence. When Donald Trump was leaving office, he granted him clemency. And then after he granted him clemency, since he's been home, he's been doing some activist work. And he was been in communication with Donald Trump and the Republicans, really both sides. He was putting forth some of his ideas to the Republicans and the Democrats about things that they can do to help better the community where he comes from. And he was getting traction on the Republican side, where he's really getting no traction on the Democratic side. And so he came out and endorsed Trump during this campaign trail, in this election season. Harry O was endorsing Trump. Snoop recently just got ownership of Death Row Records and the whole catalog of Death Row and all of that. He's in control of the brand, the publishing, the intellectual property, all the stuff that's associated with Death Row. Snoop owns it now, and he brought Harry O back into the fold. And so why wouldn't he, shift? Because Snoop really didn't endorse Trump like that. I don't think Snoop came out and endorsed Trump, but why wouldn't he shift his stance against Trump when he did something like that for his man, Harry O, somebody who he's out here doing big business with now, somebody who's a big part of his legacy? The Democrats didn't do that. Obama didn't do that. Biden didn't do that. Trump did that. And so again, that's not something that, is beneficial to the masses of Black people, but I can understand Snoop as an individual saying, well, shit, he ain't that bad. Trump all right with me. I can see Snoop saying that. I ain't mad at Snoop at all for saying that. It makes sense. But I do think that Snoop does need to explain that himself, though. Snoop needs to use his platform to kind of explain that to people, because it makes sense. It makes sense. But only reason why I'm saying he needs to do that, just to, to not allow people to use his words against him with some of those old videos and all of that. Just come and clear it up. Just come out and clear it up, because you ain't do nothing wrong by performing, even if it wasn't the whole scenario with, him granting clemency for Harry O and all that. Even if that wasn't the case, you still got the right to change your mind. And, again, you're not out here endorsing Trump and trying to sway Black society to get on board with Trump. You just showed up to do a performance at Snoop Dogg. Ain't that right? Nothing but a G thing. Biden's 88 crack laws with Strom Thurmond. Biden joined Hillary's super predators narrative. Yeah. Biden got a long history of anti-black racism. And he was against busing and all of that. His mentor was his name Rob Byrd, the KKK dude, talking about Klansmen. You want to talk about Klansmen and skinheads and all of that? Who the hell was Biden's mentor that he eulogized his funeral and all of that? A straight up Klansman. Yeah, so what we talking about? But anyway, let's get into the main topic for what we're talking about today. Let's get into the main topic of what we came here to talk about today, and that is correcting the narrative around the origin story